Good evening or good late evening, wherever you may be. I'm Tawana Carlton, your host of Soul Cooking with Tea. Listen, when you are a girl from the South, from a small town in Alabama, and you've learned from some of the best cooks in the world, when you just got a little mess, is what we call of turnips, and this is what we call a little mess, just enough for dinner tonight. I know you're wondering now, what is that on top? Listen, like I said, I'm a girl from the South. And when you have watched those amazing cooks in your neighborhood, the women, maybe some men, but I learned from some of the best. This is what we call dumplings. Hello, hello. Thank you for those that are joining me live and those that will catch the replay. So I'm going to move around just a little bit so that you can see. I know it's smoky, but in this pot, we have some turnips and we have a smoked neck bone. But right here, right on top, is what we call a cornbread dumpling. Do y'all see that? That's just an old cornbread dumpling. That's cornbread dumpling. Something I've learned from my grandmother, and I always would love her cornbread dumplings, and that's what they call it, cornbread dumplings. And we only had them when she would have turnips. And so I had a mess of turnips in the refrigerator, washed and cleaned them. Hello, hello. Thank you all for joining and jumping on with me. Forgive me for the smoke because the pot is just smoking. But this is what we call cornbread dumplings. I'll make sure I go through my videos and I'll post the video because I think I shared the recipe with you all before. But this is just, listen, it's just what? Today is Wednesday. I had a mess of turnips in the refrigerator, did not want them to go bad. And so I came and we got the greens fixed. And so we have some cornbread dumplings. Let me move around so you all can see. Let me turn the fire off. Maybe that'll stop some of the smoke. Yeah, that'll stop it from smoking. And so right now, here it is. I got some cornbread dumplings. I just made them and put them in. So I know you're wondering, okay, what did she use to make the cornbread dumplings? Well, I'll share with you. I use what we call down south water. Corn. It's called cornmeal, but it's water grind. And I get it from down south. And so every time I go home, I make sure I bring me back some cornmeal. I'll make sure I share with you all what the packaging looked like. But I just mix a little salt, a little pepper, and you have to get it where it's stiff. You don't want it too stiff, but you want it where the meal holds together. And that's what I did. I worked it first with my spoon with the water. I used a little warm water, not too hot, but just a little warm. And I mixed it together until I could get it to start to stick together. And then once it started to come together, I added just, a little bit more meal because you don't want it wet at all. You don't want it wet. You want it kind of where it forms together, but not too stiff. And I just formed me some balls, just whatever size you want. And I just formed it together. And then I dropped it in the pot. You have to make sure that when you cooking turnips, that the turnips are hot. You have to see, as you can see, it was boiling when you all first joined me. For those that are catch me live, you'll see I just turned it off. So you have to have the greens hot so that it'll cook, and it cooks the dumplings all the way through. Because if you don't do it properly and get the bread, the meal, like I said, kind of stiff, then once you put it in there, it will fall apart. So listen, had some turnips in the refrigerator, needed to cook them, didn't want them to spoil. And so we made cornbread dumplings. Hello, thank you all for joining me live. If you would, tell your family and friends about Soul Cooking with Tea. We are preparing to come back live in Soul Cooking with Tea. We are working on some amazing things. I'm excited about the things I'm getting ready to share with you all. But, just got to make sure every T is crossed and every I is dotted. But I will be coming back into Soul Cooking with Tea live. Just wanted to jump on here on a Wednesday. Because listen, a girl from the South, honey, just wanted some turnips with a few dumplings in it. So have an amazing, amazing Wednesday night. Don't forget, we're still in a pandemic. Make sure you are keeping your family, and those around you safe. Wash your hands, making sure you wear your mask. And as much as you can, stay 6 feet apart. I know that's hard when we're going into different stores, but just making sure you have your mask on, making sure you wash your hands. Again, I'm Tawana Carlton. I see your comments. Everybody said, hungry, good evening, hello, hello, hello. Thank you all for joining. My sister Gina, my classmate Teresa, my dear friend Claudius. My sister says, I'm hungry now. Sister, you know I got you. I got you anytime. And so again, I am Tawana Carlton, your host of Soul Cooking with Tea. Tell your family and friends about Soul Cooking with Tea. It's about bringing our families back to the table. Bye, y'all.